You ever have one of those friends that inadvertently ends up costing you quite a bit of money? I have one of those. So I have my friend Teresa. She has her own channel, and I'll be linking her with this video. And she ordered a new pen, and it is an amazing new pen from a small shop. And as soon as I saw this pen, I immediately knew I needed one of my own. So before we open this, let me tell you a little bit about Walton Pens. So it's a one-man shop, I'm pretty sure. And he makes some of his own resin. He also gets some from Papa J Studios, which is a really well-known resin maker. And he'll take those blanks and create a couple of different varieties of pens. And then once he creates the pen itself, he'll post it on Instagram and in his Etsy shop. And then you go to Etsy and you purchase the pen. And when you're purchasing the pen, you pick the nib and everything that you want. He doesn't make his own nibs, but he does look at each nib to make sure there's no factory defects or things. So I'm excited about the personal care that goes into these pens. Comes in this really cute little box. I love his logo. I didn't ask the story behind it with the little bowl, but I think I should. So I love that aspect. And his nibs actually, I think, have this on them as well. And here is my pen. She is absolutely stunning. And if you don't know, there are two things that really drew me to this pen. First of all, it is a shape that I really, really like. So I love the more cigar-shaped pens. Second of all, I'm a Disney fanatic, and this totally makes me think Cinderella. So we'll be putting in a Cinderella-themed ink in here when we test it out. But it is absolutely stunning, the craftsmanship that went into this. I mean, there are two resins on here. This might be the Papa J Studio resin, not 100% on that. So the two resins are Siren of the Sea, and the other one is Carolina Gold. So I'm not really sure which is which, to be honest. I absolutely adore this resin, and this is so pretty as well. I love the transparent qualities, so I'll be able to see how much ink is in there. I think it's 1.5 turns. Take off the cap. It does not post. There is no inner cap for sealing, but it feels like it has a really good seal. You have your nib portion here. This matches the cap. Just absolutely stunning. I adore it. And then here is our grip section. I hardly even feel the ridges of the body here. And then, as I said, here is the nib. They are number 6 Jowo, Jowo. How do you guys say that? Anyhow, and this one, I believe I got in a medium. Yeah, right there. Because I figured with the sparkliness, the chances that I'm going to want to put a sparkly ink in here probably higher than average. And then it also comes with your converter. So you unscrew that portion, and here's our converter. It doesn't have any name on it or anything, but looks like a really nice converter. Definitely nicer than what you get with like a Genhao or something like that. Now, the one thing I am going to mention is that most of my pens have a clip which prevents them from rolling, which is the main function I use them for. But this particular pen does not, and I don't know that you can get a clip installed on these. So if that is a breaking point for you, just know that going into this. So the first pen I wanted to compare this to is an SD. So this is my SD Blue Moon. Yes, I did pick out mostly blue pens. Capped, they are pretty much the same size. Even the point where the caps come together are pretty close. The Eno has a slightly shorter cap, but not by much. We'll do uncapped in a minute as well. Next, let's do my second newest pen. This is the Benu Tribute, which looks to be about the same size, but is shaped quite differently. But if you wanted to see that comparison, there you go. Then we have, because I love my Benus, especially my blue ones, this is the Euphoria, and the Euphoria is about the same size there. Pretty close. Obviously, this has a slightly different shape, but gives you an idea on length. To continue on with the blues, we're going away from TWSBI now, and let's do some pilots. This is my pilot Vanishing Point in Seashore. So if you line them up completely, the end of the plunger goes a little bit in from the end point. So it's a little bit shorter. Then we have my teal Pilot Custom 74. This is my absolute favorite pen. Lengthwise, the Eno is a little bit longer and a little bit chunkier. The Pilot Custom 74 tends to be a slimmer pen. And then this is my last blue one that I pulled out. This is a TWSBI 580. It's a little bit longer, it looks like, than the TWSBI, maybe about that finger's width. For size around, I think they are pretty close. Obviously, it's a slightly different shape. The next two that I am going to pull in are mostly just for commonality and comparison of size. So this is a Platinum Preppy, very cheap pen. So it is about a finger's width longer than a Preppy is. So if the Preppy feels maybe just a little bit short and a little thin, this might be a good option. And the other one I decided to pull out is a Conklin 1898. Sorry, had to look. This is one of my newer pens. I actually got this from a Atlas surprise box, their very first one. So the Conklin is a little bit shorter. So I do think the closest comparison would probably be the Estabrook SD as far as size and width around. This might be just a hair larger in girth, but they're pretty similar. So if you like an Estabrook, you probably like this design. Uncapped, I'm not going to do all of them uncapped because it'll be pretty comparable, but I do want to do this one uncapped and see how they map. Ooh, sorry, a little harder to keep steady. So uncapped, the Estabrook is substantially shorter. So that's something to keep in mind. I don't think it's enough of a difference that it would really matter to anyone, but know that that's a thing. And let's go ahead and uncap the TWSBI to see how that compares. I think it's going to be still quite a bit shorter. Yes, still quite a bit shorter. It was pretty close in length. I think the Benu was the Euphoria. So let's try that one. Those look pretty close in size to me. So barrel length is probably going to be about that size. Because this is what I consider a Cinderella pen, I had to go with my Cinderella ink. This is from Bungee-Box, however you say it. And it is Cinderella Slipper. I have yet to ink this up in a pen, so I'm super excited to put this in my new pen. All right, after doing the extensive writing test for me, I would have to say this is probably one of my smoothest writing pens. It performs very similar to my Pilot pens as far as smoothness goes. So I really love that about it. My Pilots are my favorite pens for that reason. And it just glides across the paper. I would say it's not the wettest writer. I don't know if this is a drier ink, but I don't feel like it's putting a ton down. It's not a fire hose, but it's also not still a substantial amount. You're getting sufficient flow and everything. I feel like it's a really nice pen as far as that goes. It could also just be this ink isn't super wet. And so the combination is making me feel like it's a little bit drier, but that's just a product of some pens are drier writers and you're just matching your ink to your pen. I don't know that this is the perfect combination, but I do really like it, to be honest. I feel like it's a good color match. It seems to flow decently for me. All right, so final verdict. Is this $206 pen worth the price? My honest answer, 1000%. I love the quality of the build. I love the uniqueness of the pen and knowing that it's kind of a one of a kind. I mean, he might have a couple that he'll make this, but each one's going to be unique in its own way. And I love that about it. I love the care that was put into this pen and the love and just what it represents to me. And I don't know. I'm very sentimental about my pens. I buy ones that make me think of specific things or are kind of connected to memories, unless I'm going for a mystery box. But for the most part, there's a very specific reason for me to buy a pen, and this one fulfills all the categories. It makes me think of Cinderella, who is one of my favorite princesses. I'm a huge Disney person. I love the way that it feels. I love supporting a small shop. I love supporting shops that are just good people. And that's the vibe I got from talking to this maker is that he is just a good person. And I really like supporting those type of people. I'm absolutely in love with this pen and can't wait to play around with it more and just experiment more with it this month. So excited. I'm going to link Walden Pens, both their Instagram and their Etsy shop down below, as well as, if I can find it, Teresa's video where she unboxed her sister pen to this because it is stunning and you have to see it. And I don't know, I'm completely in love with this new pen. Let me know if you've ordered from Walden Pens or if there's another small shop like maker pen company that I should have on my radar that you love. Let me know down in the comments. I love to check out other companies and learn more about maker pens because I am just fascinated. It's definitely the next step in my fountain pen journey. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know about your own experience with maker pens and what you think of my brand new Cinderella pen. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. That really helps get this video out to other people. Drop me a comment, and until next time, I'll see you real soon.